Nice.
It's an EVGA. I see a lot of people buying that on Newegg. Although I've never bought an EVGA card, I don't know anything about EVGA.
I think this is my third or fourth.
Are they a pretty name brand?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They must be if they're one of the very first manufacturers that get to make the card.
There was a number of them, but this was the first one to actually be in stock at Newegg.
The GeForce GTX.wmv.
Might want a camera around it.
Just get all the sides. I hope this shows up. It's probably not focusing on it. SLI. In this box is one GeForce GTX.480. Oh, we have a little window into the heart of the beast. That's kind of cute. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I like how it doesn't have a picture of some busty, really cheesy CGI female, you know,
fairy.
elf. Yeah, fairy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They all seem to have that. DirectX 11, Nvidia CUDA. Ooh, I can't wait to see what kind of encoding you can do. I'll bet it's an encoding dinosaur, like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Physics, Pure Video HD, 2-way, 3-way, and 4-way SLI ready.
Yeah, I saw an article recently where they actually set up a 4-way.
4-way? 4-way GTX 480s?
Yeah.
My God. Maximum PC just did a review on a 3-way GTX 480 machine, and they the total maximum system drawing wattage out of the wall was like 980 watts with 3-way. So 4-way must be like, you know, 1300, 1400 watts.
Yeah, I think my ATX power supply is 1000 watts, so it probably wouldn't do it. Here's actually one of my older cards.
Like I think there are like clothes dryers that draw less power than that.
This is two or three generations back. I think this is, what is this?
Is this the outgoing card?
7800. No, there's another EVGA inside that system. Right over there. So.
Another one of these?
I believe so. It's actually a newer generation. I think it's an 8800 GT. And I've got a 9800 GT in the living room.
Oh.
So I skipped over to the 280s, essentially. Not sure what those were.
Do you tend to upgrade your cards when they get twice as fast, or 3 times as fast, or 4 times as fast, or how does that usually, what's the usual trajectory that you use when you upgrade?
I have always in the past waited, got something that was either a generation behind or the GT version. I've never gotten the GTX, so this is the first time actually getting the latest and greatest.
It's like a tiny little HDMI. It looks like an HDMI to mini HDMI. And power, it's a 8 to 2 6s. This is a power. This is 2 Molex to 1 6-pin. VGA to HDMI. DVI. Excuse me. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Do you like these? I love these things. If you don't want that, I'll take it.
I'll stick it to your forehead. God, that thing's big.
Here, take it out of there. God, it feels like it weighs about 5 pounds.
Alright, this has to be the manliest video card I've ever seen in my life. It's bigger than a brick. I mean...
Yeah, it's about as thick as like 2 fingers at least.
Yeah, no, it's probably 3.
About 2 or 3.
Yeah, I could.
3 of my fingers, 2 of your beefy.
Bring up the tape measure.
Beef fingers. Oh yeah, look at those heat pipes. wonder if they're nickel coated or something.
1.5
1.5 thick.
by 10 3/4.
By 10 3/4. It's quite a bit shorter than the ATI 5970 though, because I think that one was like 12 inches or something. It's not as long, so it'll fit in more cases. I like to, Achtung! Don't burn your hand! You burn your hand off!
This looks like it's almost radioactive.
Yeah.
Caution, disconnect your rods before removing.
Make sure to wear lead underwear, smock, so that you can still reproduce after firing it up for the first time.
Disconnect the rods.
Here, put it in the light. Turn around this way.
Oh my
you can see it.
God.
Show it in the light. There we go. Nice black board.
You know what this reminds me of? Is like one of the old voodoo cards that they were making right before they went out. They got bought out by Nvidia. And these were the gigantic voodoo cards they were trying to keep up with, essentially Nvidia and ATI. I think it was Nvidia back then. Look at this thing.
Look at that. Wow, cool. It's got kind of a squirrel cage fan. Interesting.
How's the picture? Is it blurry?
It's kind of blurry when I go that zoom in and that far on it.
You try zooming in, or
It won't zoom in while it's. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, maybe it will. Is that zooming in? No, I don't think it's focusing. I don't think it refocuses when it's playing video. You have to stop the video and then start it again.
This thing's pretty manly.
Pretty freaking cool, yeah. Is that steel? That doesn't
It's metal.
It doesn't.
It's an alloy of some sort.
It doesn't seem real thin. It seems like part of the heat sink, part of the man sink.
This is plastic. Plastic. So this is all metal right here.
Fan's kind of heavy. Look at that.
Yeah, it's got some weight to it.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. So actually, I was a little bit worried about. I know that ATI actually has like a different connector. It's like an HDP connector or something like that. So this will actually connect right up to the TV, just fine.
Yeah. It's weird. It looks like an HDMI, but it's smaller. Could it just be mini?
Mini HDMI. I think that's what it is. But ATI actually uses a different style connector. So this will work.
Cool. What does it say on the top there? Is it all this way? Oh, GeForce. Oh, and then, oh, okay, so it takes an 8-pin and a 6-pin power connector.
Pretty sure I got them.
Japanese capacitors. That's that new style of capacitor. I don't know what it's called.
So if it's red, that means Japanese?
Well, if it's smaller, like the old school, these smaller, shiny looking ones with the little red, like little half coated top thing, that it does the same thing as those older black cylindrical ones, but they're like a third of the size. They used to stick those on motherboards now, where they used to put the big black ones, and there was like interference problems with the heatsink for the processor. But they put those on there now because they're much more expensive, but they're much smaller in size, so it's more options for cooling. Sweet.
Okay.
So next step is we put it in there, huh?
No, not today.
Oh, not today.